So look at these oversized monsters we got on here. Both of these we're gonna cut in a minute. How long do you think that it's gonna take to cut these two logs? Now, you're gonna get to see it in the future, but it'll give you an idea of how much it takes to cut these. Here's, you know, a normal size oak log, and here's this. There's a hickory, couple more big old butt end. So we got a little bitty log, and then we've got two really big logs that I'll show you guys. We're running a new type of blade that the company offers, and we've been running it for a little bit. We'll see how it does on this. We usually run a 747 turbo. We've also got some carbides that I'm going to show you guys. We're not going to cut with it today, but I'm going to show it to you, and that way if you want to get some, I'll tell you where to get them. They've got some big old carbide teeth on them. That's 10 inches wide there. Like I said, this log here is just a normal log, but you can see that one behind it. We've got some different blades on today. We've tried for a different company.
Well, I was going to ask you, is that the one, did you find the ones ever? Or?
No, never found them. I told that guy, and he said it was just signed QP, and I remember, or QP or QT, but I remember Steve saying that sometimes the driver, but he retired, didn't he? The one that we used to have, the driver, UPS driver, he retired that used to deliver over here? So well, he wouldn't self-sign, would he?
We got like 2 or 3 now that come in, so I don't know.
Okay.
But usually, no, they don't self-sign.
Right.
At least as far as I know, but...
Well, I didn't know if...
Yeah, I asked around and talked to everybody, and I said nobody had seen anything like it, so...
Yeah, well, like I said, I don't know. I just know
So what do you do, just send you some other ones, or...?
No, I bought 100 of them just to try.
Yeah.
I'd heard a lot of good things.
What do you think of them so far?
Well, I don't know. Every time I've tried to run them and stuff, it's been hiccup after hiccup with things. So
hard to judge the bands when everything else is...
I've got it all worked out now, though. I'll be able to tell on these big ones for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, I always try to be as fair as possible when I'm judging something, make sure everything's 100% right. We checked all the guide rollers and everything out, put all the tension and checked the blade guides and stuff. I always expect that thing to go crazy.
Yeah.
I'm used to my other one, and this one just don't move.
Oh, it just grabs it, huh?
Well, the whole needle, like the other one, you know, the whole thing would move.
Yeah.
This one doesn't move at all, and I'm so used to that other one jarring, and
it didn't even flinch, did it?
No, it doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't move. So I've been, you know, like I said, I keep thinking it's going to jar the whole. Because I almost flipped that other one a couple times.
Oh, you can see it
on big old logs.
Top heavy like that. How big of a log can you cut?
Well, it really depends on the knots. Yeah. But I mean, we can get some pretty big ones on here, as long as we can get the knots situated right. But like that one right there, I mean, I don't know what it is, but I know it's probably close to 40 inches.
Yeah, it's a good size log.
And I mean, it does really good. Like I said, you got some of these you got to still cut the little things off. But the big advantage is being able to, you know, go around it on the like this side over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Before, you know, we couldn't get around. There we go. Got to spin it back so I can get over it, and then. There we go. Now I can knock this thing out. It's just tedious because you're always having to mess with it. I'm trying to not have that slide off into my blade. You see it's touching the blade and I'm pulling it. So when I get down here, it should
drop on or drag on off.
I hope so.
Just like you planned.
Yeah, it doesn't always do it that way though. So you can just get around so much.
Yeah.
I mean,
have you cut any 16 footers on it?
I haven't cut anything over this yet because we can't get them out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Once we can get them out, or they can, you know, land and go out, it'll be a cakewalk. But I know y'all talking about doing some of them 20-foot 8x8s.
Yeah, something about David Gibbons or something did some.
Right. We've been having I'm gonna go up there and watch another one. There's a guy down there in Mumfordville's got a 4500, but we've been having an awful trouble out of the lube system on there.
Really?
Yeah, it's just been, I can't figure out what it is. I've replaced the valve, I've replaced the mister, and it's like it just won't stay properly misting the way I want it to.
Yeah. Like not putting enough on?
Well,
it's inconsistent?
It's stop and go.
Really?
Yeah, and like I said, I've checked everything in there, and I've got two different setups. I've got one that's just constant air pressure, but the problem with it is it just runs all the time, so it goes to the tank like crazy.
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah. Hey, the mist still doesn't seem like it's coming out.
Strip it at 40, will it go up?
If it'll go up a little bit, try it.
like earlier.
Is it?
But it went up to 40, like 45, 42, somewhere there.
Okay. And it's still drooping,
60.
but not.
It's not like tip. It's just kind of like slow driven.
Right. Huh.
Get Tyler out there to stand there the whole time and just spritz it a little bit.
Right. Yeah, we've tried that the other time.
I watched some of those sawmills like in other countries, like when y'all got up there.
Yeah.
And they've got like a sponge on a stick.
Yeah.
And a guy sits there and touches the blade with.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's how, there's some Amish guys over there in Mansville, and they've got a timber buddy, and its wiper's just gravity fed, and it's like a sponge, and it rolls around on the wheel.
Yep.
And they said they really like that. They said they've had 2 or 3 different ones, and that one's worked the best for them so far. So it's an interesting deal. Like I said, this, when it works, man, it works phenomenal.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just can't get it to be as consistent as I would like.
Yeah.
And the worst part is I've never had one, so I'm sitting there always tinkering with it, but I don't really know exactly what's wrong with it. Everything's been a learning curve on here.
How often do you have to calibrate it as far as like your set points on it? Very often, or does it hold pretty good?
It holds good so far, but we ain't really had it long enough dealing with it to see. So, you know, until we've thoroughly run it for a year, it's kind of hard to judge what is going to hold well and what's not. Probably the best thing about the mill is that automated system. Just where, you know, like once I get it square like this, if I really want to, I can just set it.
Yeah. You hit a button, it'll keep cutting.
It'll keep cutting. And that's the thing that I really like about it is that right there, especially for, you know, big logs like this.
Yeah.
Because it does all the stuff for you. So you don't have to sit there and baby it the whole time. You just check the guide. And that's pretty much it.
You like your platform in here?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm glad I put that in here, and it put it right at the perfect height.
Yeah.
That's what me and Tyler were talking about, because when he saws, he's like, you can get a 10 so much easier because you can see your line of sight so much better.
Yeah.
And especially on them real big logs, because before you set below it.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see the top of the log near as well. Where this one, you can see the top of the log really well.
Yeah, you got a good vantage point on it now.
Yep, it's a handy deal where you can see everything. But I think as far as the lumber, it has made a world of a difference. It seems like everything's so much smoother, and especially on really, really big logs. Because before, we had to cut all the knots. You know, you couldn't cut it wide.
Yeah.
You'd have to diamond half the log to get it where you wanted it. But see that right there, I've got it set to go to 50 horsepower, and it'll run that head all the way up to 50 horsepower and hold it there through there, just as flawless as. I mean, way better than a human could.
Oh yeah, it's steady.
I forget what they say it does per minute, the millisecond, as far as its judgment.
Yeah.
But it it can really judge way better than, you know, most people can. That's the only time. You see how it goes real slow when it,
Yeah.
so it wants to sense the horsepower,
Yeah.
and if it does not sense that it's used enough horsepower, it thinks you're not in the log yet.
Really?
Yeah, so it just creeps until it feels like it has went in the log, which has been a, you know, a pain.
Yeah.
But it you know, really only does it whenever. That's what I was hoping for too.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe if I just sit here long enough, it will fall off first. But sometimes it'll go up to 60 horsepower or 65 horsepower.
Yeah. Does it have a reading on there to tell you how much?
Yeah, see it up here.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see.
It tells you what your horsepower is.
Yeah.
Which is nice, and it also tells you, like, you've got where your head position starts at in there, and how long it is. You can tell how long each log is.
Oh, just off your head position.
Just off your head position and stuff. I mean, if you want to sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, some things people would want to watch at.
Yeah.
It just depends on, you know, who they were or whatever, but. I'll just be glad to get it all
I guarantee.
smoothed over. Feels like every day we've had little bitty,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, little bitty things I try to figure out, try to get worked out and stuff.
So now here where you're saying you could run it just automatic all the way through the rest of it? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just cut it completely until I let out the foot pedal, and it knows what side it's on, what side you started with.
Yeah.
It knows, I guess, by when you start from the hydraulics, because it, you know, it takes when you switch from bed mode to head mode.
Yeah.
It tells the computer that, so I guess it goes off that. That's the only thing I can figure out.
Huh.
But like I said, as long as you hold that foot pedal, it'll just sit there and solve for you and do your thing.
Pretty cool.
And then that transfer table I've got up there that I'm gonna put in, it's got these other 3 pedals sitting over here.
Yeah, I've seen them sitting there.
And what they do is it'll flip the board left, it'll flip the
Tell
board
it where to
right,
go.
or it'll send it straight, which will be a game changer.
Yeah.
Is that how that one is up there?
What?
Or the foot pedal deal? Or is it just, he's got it
That
on?
one up there, it's all.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's all on the joysticks and computer. I say I don't think it has a foot pedal.
Okay. I always leave a shim in case it's buckled.
Yeah.
We try to shim them so thin that they're like air. Some
Yeah.
people just shave the knuckles off, but they'll be a little.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it feels hot today.
It's warm out there. I know that much. We had those cool days. That's
Yeah,
why it
boy.
feels hot. Be better off if it just stayed hot, but you get them cool days, makes you really Really look forward to fall and then summer's still here.
Well, someone was saying it was supposed to be the warmest winter we'd had. I don't know how they already know that. But that's
Yeah?
that's what someone was saying.
I don't know if anybody knows.
Yeah, no.
One does, but
Yeah, God.
yeah, he's the only one. Yeah,
That's exactly
it's just
right.
best. The rest of us don't know.
Yeah.
We just mess it up anyway.
Well, they always. I was doing something the other day, and someone was like, "Have you looked to see if it's a spoon or a fork?" And I was like, "No, I hadn't looked. I think it's in a persimmon."
Yeah, persimmon. Yeah.
Yeah. My neighbor's got 2 massive persimmon trees, and I can't wait till fall. Usually, you gotta wait till it cools down before they
Yeah,
really turn.
usually.
But his got the electronic stop in the beginning,
Yeah.
and if you don't take it out manually, it'll stop that thing at
Oh,
certain,
yeah.
at a certain distance before. Which is pretty nice when it's cutting because it
Yeah.
keeps you from throwing it back
Right.
in the. See, when it come out of that, it sensed that it didn't have any
Yeah.
back pressure.
Yeah.
So it told the blade to slow down, and it'll literally drop the horsepower and
Well.
slow it way down. And I guess that's so you don't T-bone
Yeah.
like another hard spot if it come out of like a knot or
Yeah.
something. But man, it's weird getting used to that.
Basically, just so whenever you're squaring up the edges where it comes out of the
Pretty
out
much.
of the wood. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. But it's like I said, it's just odd
Yeah.
because I'm used to controlling it by my hand.
Yeah.
I can't push those back where they're
Yeah. Slanted.
slanted
Yeah.
like that.
Gotta wait till you get down to the square one.
Yeah. You can sometimes grab them if you just creep up to them, but by the time you do that,
Yeah.
you're better off just to wait till you get a square one and go back and do it that way.
So do you control that belt out there, or do they control it?
What belt?
The right after your saw, like where the lumber's sitting right now.
No, I do.
Okay, I was about to say I thought it was in here, but
Yeah, it is. And you can shut it off, turn it on. You can speed it up. Depending on what you put behind the mill, you can change
right.
what it's going to do. As in, like, a delay on it. Or, if you had, I don't know, there's so many settings on it that you can change, which
Yeah.
is pretty neat.
Gives you a lot of flexibility. Anyway.
It does. It does. So it's a nice deal to have. That log right there is hard.
Yeah.
I can hear it in the.
Well, like I said, I just want to run back here and see you saw a little bit on it because I ain't been able to make it back here
Right,
so long.
right.
But shoot.
Well, man, it was good talking to you. Like
Yeah.
I said, you can come back here anytime.
Like I
We,
said, I wish I'd been back here sooner, but it literally seemed like it was just last week that we were back here.
Knocking down
And I'm
poles.
like, golly, that's been what, a month? But, oh well, time
Yeah.
flies when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, I guess that's how I look at it.
Well, we appreciate it. Man. Glad it's something running for you.
Yeah, all right, take care, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there's 50 horsepower. It's that speed on that blade. So it's putting it right at what I set it to. Watch the horsepower on it as it went through that 747 on that same log. Foot control. Put your foot on it. Alright, now you got it.
This is perfect. It just scares me.
Yeah, it seemed, well, I had it set too close.
When it's on the same one.
Well, the end of the log's too close. And you can't just knock the end of the log out. You gotta wait till you go down to your next set and then knock it out. Now do you, if you're gonna get it, that's fine. I'm gonna go out here and show them some of this. See, it just spiked up to 58 horsepower a second ago. I don't know if you can see it or not. We'll see what it does when you come through here. That time is 55 right there.
What was it? Oh, really?
I took sawdust clogged up in it.
Huh.
Take the little blue cap off the end of it and the piece you pull out.
Yeah.
Stay as late as day. Stops it up.
You can see really curly in that.